ball is crushed deep to left field and gone.
That ball was smoked right there.
Another strikeout. That is 13 in a row.
Jose Leal gets into one, and that is gone.
And he crushes one to right. My goodness, that one left the bat in a hurry.
Welcome again to ESPN's continuing coverage of the Little League World Series, presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. We're into the home stretch now of the 2016 Little League World Series from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. 6 teams remain, 3 on the U.S. side, 3 on the international side. The first of 2 games today for a trip to the international title game. It's the kids from South Korea against the boys from Mexico. 1 win away from playing in that international title game tomorrow. Quick look at the Little League World Series. It starts with 16 teams, 8 from the U.S., 8 from the international side. We're down to 6, as I mentioned. All kids here between the ages of 10 and 13. We play 6-inning games, and it is Little League, so everyone plays here. Hello again, so good to be with you. Jay Crawford from the anchor desk at the Little League World Series. We got a pair of games for you today, both of them elimination games. For the winner, it is on to the U.S. title game and the international title game. Of course, the big prize, the Little League World Series title, that will be decided here on Sunday. Let's show you how we got to this point. Some big action from yesterday, 4 games in all. Jose Leal powering Mexico past Australia. He did it on the mound. He did it with the bat as Mexico advances with the 10-0 win. And R.J. Moore with the big 3-run home run helps Tennessee stay alive as they eliminate Iowa. Back to the international side. Panama needed last at-bat heroics from a powerful 11-year-old Esmit Pineda. Look at the distance on that home run. And it helped move Panama past South Korea 3-2, and Jude Abadesa, have a night, will you? 5 for 5 last night. New York stays alive as they beat Kentucky 13-10, the final score. So here's the way we stack up coming into today's action. It is a border battle as the boys from Goodlettsville, Tennessee will take on the team from Bowling Green, Kentucky. The winner will advance to the U.S. title game on Saturday to play the kids from Maine and New York. And on the international side, it is South Korea, powerful arms, a tough loss yesterday playing Mexico. The winner will see Panama. We could see a rematch of the 3-2 game yesterday, Panama over South Korea. But right now, let's send it up to Lamade Stadium. Mexico and South Korea. How about this for a broadcast booth? Carl, Kyle, and Kruk.
Hard to beat. We got South Korea and Mexico. Jay, thank you very much, and a terrific job down there setting the table for today. Really 2 semifinal games today, and the winners move into championship final territory. We do have Kyle, we have John Kruk up here, and Kyle and John have both seen some of these international teams. Welcome you guys to the booth. Yesterday, South Korea, a country that's come here now 4 times, and the 3 previous have won the whole thing, and they were rolling right along until they were really stunned in the 5th inning yesterday.
One swing. I mean, it's really all it's been for South Korea on the negative side, but on the mound, South Korea has been as dominant as anybody in this entire tournament. It's not just one kid. I mean, top to bottom, the pitching staff of this South Korea team, how about that? 48 outs recorded, 40 by the strikeout. It was 30 of 33 before the game yesterday against Panama to start this Little League World Series. 15 2/3 straight scoreless innings pitched. They've only allowed 3 runs. All 3 came on 1 swing. That's right. It that this pitching staff has allowed all the way through. And it's really 5 guys that have been the major part of this, and to go this deep, I think it's the reason why South Korea has been this good. They can throw any one of the 5 out there. Just one is ineligible to go today. Could potentially see 2 or 3 others in the starter.
Yeah, amazing. 40 of the 48 outs come from strikeouts. Now, Mexico's offense, John, is rolling. However, they've kind of got rolling against some of the teams that you'd think they would roll against. This is going to be a big test.
Yeah, really big test for them. And after losing their first game, they have played in 3 elimination games and won all 3, and they've done it with power. Gael Cortez, 2 home runs. Jose Leal has 2 home runs, and their pitching pitcher in this game today. Victor Juarez also has a home run, and he's 9 for 12 in this Little League World Series. Yeah, they are scoring a bunch of runs, like you said, Carl, but against teams that you think they should. The test today is, can they get a hold of this South Korea pitching? But South Korea is going to have to deal with Victor Juarez on the mound. Look at his numbers. 8 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, tied for second most strikeouts here in the Little League World Series. He's a power arm, and let's see if we have a little bit of a close game in this one with two great pitchers going.
Two great pitchers, two great cultures, all here to celebrate Little League Baseball. We'll have the first pitch between South Korea and Mexico when we come back right after these messages.
Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great, and in part by the Odyssey from Honda, official vehicle of Little League.
We're back. Team from Mexico's taking the field. South Korea and their fans get a chance to watch them bat first. They beat Curacao 3-0, beat Canada 10-0, and then, of course, lost yesterday. Their first ever loss at the Little League World Series. Before they come to the plate, let's take a look at where they come from. 25 million. There are 50 million in the entire country, and we have seen the joy that they play this game of baseball with. Young-Soo Kim from the Orioles and Rob Refsnyder of the Yankees were both born there. Time to take a look at our lineup. It's brought to you by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 조준서입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 양의지 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 조원태입니다. 제가 좋아하는 선수는 클레이튼 커쇼입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 최민호입니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 선수는 김재호입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 최유빈입니다. 제가 좋아하는 선수는 박병호 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 정준호입니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 선수는 임창용입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 김재경이고 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 오승환 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 김무성입니다. 제가 제일 존경하는 선수는 유현진 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 김승혜입니다. 제가 좋아하는 선수는 김재호입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 권세윤입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 추신수입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 이준혁입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 야구 선수는 이치로입니다.
안녕하세요. 이유민입니다. 제가 가장 존경하는 선수는 다르비슈 선수입니다. 안녕하세요. 저는 박사원입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 강조호 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 유정택입니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 선수는 이종범 선수입니다.
Saw Yu Darvish's name mentioned in there. Did you guys see Yu Darvish went deep for the Rangers?
Long one to right center.
On the mound today, as John talked about, Victor Juarez. And if you follow the international bracket, they have definitely had the more dominant pitching when you compare them with the United States side. Power, power, power arms.
Yeah, all three teams left on the international side, they can run out some power arms. And if you're the team from South Korea, you got to watch Luis Nuncio, the catcher from Mexico. He will throw to any base at any time.
See that velocity in the lower right-hand part of that screen. That one registered first pitch, by the way, 73 miles an hour from 46 feet away.
These kids from South Korea saw plenty of velocity yesterday. 79 to 81 miles an hour for the kids from Panama, and they were putting it in play.
Jungtaek Roo is the leadoff hitter. He's got 4 hits in 9 at-bats, 4 runs scored. Things were rolling along so well for South Korea yesterday and throughout their entire tournament. And just one swing changed it all. That's what it'll look like. As long as you see a pitch over 70 miles an hour, you'll be able to understand if they were moved back to 60 feet at the major league level, what the equivalent would be.
You think the team from Mexico is going to respect the bunt a little bit? Jose Leal, the third baseman, Alejandro Trevino, both in on the grass.
One and two. Second time in 3 years, a team from Seoul, South Korea is here representing the Asia Pacific region. Wow. 75 with some good location on it, and the strikeout recorded.
See the velocity already from Victor Juarez, and this time just climbing a ladder, get ahead, throw that fastball right past Jung-Tak Ryu, who's done a really good job in general of putting the ball in play when facing guys throwing hard, but that's just put it in the right spot.
Seum Kwon will bat second. 13-year-old, 5'5", 145. Talk about a deliberate delivery. Juarez held a pose before he fired in another strike. First and third, way in on the grass. Look out, left field and deep. Back it goes, and it is over the wall. Seum Kwon has gone deep. Kwon now 3 for 6 at the World Series.
They got a fastball out over the plate, just elevated a little bit too much, and pretty good swing right there. Nice quick hands through the zone.
You see the pitch before that too. Juarez was really deliberate. Everything was slow. That time kind of quick pitching. Tried to sneak a fastball by him, and some Kwon hit it 230 feet.
I would think, given the amount of pitching that South Korea has and the velocity they throw with, these kids are used to seeing this type of velocity. It's not totally new to them. Imagine, John, you're coaching your little league team and you got 5 kids that can throw 70, so you throw the kids in the box and say, all right, it's not going to get much harder than this.
No.
And if you're the team from South Korea, what you saw yesterday from Panama,
right?
This is like batting practice. It's still 90-something miles an hour, but it's not 100 and whatever. And you watch their approach, Carl. I've seen every team play. The team from South Korea, all 3 hitters that have been up this inning, they're back on the back line.
Yeah,
most kids are standing in the middle, and they get jammed. These guys are in the back because they know velocity's coming.
And when velocity comes, a type of pitch like that, you'll get a swing like that. Great example for the kids at home that are watching why you throw fastball, breaking ball at different velocities, and how important a good fastball is to set everything else up. Yu Bin Choi is the number 3 hitter trying to follow up that home run with a strikeout.
Here's what I'm talking about, Carl. Look at Kwon. His back foot is on the back line right here, and it just gives you that a little bit more of a split second. It's a difference between getting jammed and hitting one off the barrel of the bat. That's how much time it takes to make, to have you think, okay, I'm either going to get jammed, hit, or not the end of the, or get jammed and hit a little blooper somewhere, or if I'm back in the box, I'm going to catch one off the barrel and it could go out.
So you get the 4-hitter up, and again, the third baseman is about 10 feet away from him.
And Cho is back on the back line too.
He is. He's all over the plate too.
Anthony Rizzo.
Velocity's not going to intimidate him.
Yeah, he throws a pitch outside, though. That third baseman's got to be careful. Like that. With 2 strikes, he backs up. Joe, all 3 hits of his have been for extra bases.
And Leal's very happy about the backup thing after seeing that one.
Big fan of 2 strikes.
In the dirt. Suarez with the 2 strikeouts already today. Now 21 of his 26 outs that he's gotten have come via the strikeout. See Cho choking way up on the bat.
Might have got away from him there.
Did you see Nuncio, the catcher, look out at Juarez like, wait, what?
Hit the bull.
Yeah, great look.
Glove didn't even hardly move. Nope.
Tell you what, he has been fun to watch, Nuncio.
Yep. 2-2. He calls him out on the check swing, and he's Retired all three via the strikeout. 22 of 27 of the outs that Juarez has gotten have been via the strikeouts. But they're now going to come to the plate down 1-0 thanks to the home run from Seoul. We'll see Mexico if they can stay hot right after this. Welcome back, everyone, and greetings from the San Nicolas Little League in Nuevo Leon, Mexico. Representing the region of Mexico and Williamsport, 7-1 they went in the tournament. Their fans have brought all the color that the country likes to provide. Enthusiasm galore, and they got their team one win away from a shot at the International Championship. Third largest city in the state of Nuevo Leon. It was founded back in 1597. They got a challenge as they deal with one of the best pitchers we've seen this entire tournament, but they're not undaunted as we meet the boys.
Hola, mi nombre es Diego Cantú y mi jugador favorito es Robinson Cano.
Hola, mi nombre es Gael Cortés y mi jugador favorito es Julio Urias.
Hola, mi nombre es Eduardo García y mi jugador favorito es José Altuve.
Hola, mi nombre es Milton González y mi jugador favorito es Adrián González.
Hola, mi nombre es Patricio Juárez y mi jugador favorito es José Altuve.
Hola, mi nombre es Víctor Juárez, mi jugador favorito Manny Machado.
Hola, mi nombre es José Leal y mi jugador favorito es Dustin Pedroia.
Hola, mi nombre es Raúl López y mi jugador favorito es Salvador Pérez.
Hola, mi nombre es Fabián Mar y mi jugador favorito es Mike Trout.
Hola, mi nombre es José Miranda y mi jugador favorito es José Bautista.
Hola, mi nombre es Luis Nuncio, mi jugador favorito es Yadier Molina.
Hola, mi nombre es Francisco Torres y mi jugador favorito es Dustin Pedroia.
Hola, mi nombre es Alex Treviño y mi jugador favorito es Bryce Harper.
Hola, soy René Villarreal, mi jugador favorito es David Ortiz.
And on the mound, the big fellow, his nickname Big Boy. I mean, think about your average 12-year-old. Not many are 5'11", 195. But Sang Heon Park is just that.
I wish I was 5'11", 195. Wow.
And Fabian Mar, so you get 5'11", 195 on the mound. He's a foot taller than Fabian Mar. And he weighs nearly 100 pounds more. See what Fabian can do, the center fielder. Well, you can watch that one go by at 73 miles an hour.
Fabian Mar, 5 for 11, 5 RBIs from the leadoff spot.
Yep, and
he
5 runs.
He didn't get cheated either. He'll go after it.
Oh. How do you think he felt going up to the box and Park's first 2 pitches hit the backstop? He's probably thinking, this might not end well for me.
Good. Rip at it, he fouls it back. Last year when he was 12 and his team wasn't here, he tried to catch every game on television. Actually played a tournament in Brownsville, Texas last year and won it. So more international experience for Fabian Mar and a lot of his teammates.
You see where Fabian Mar sets up in the box, about not as deep as the hitters for South Korea, but kind of deep in the box.
Here comes the pitch from Park. If you like location, we just saw it there.
And you'll see this from the South Korean pitchers too. They live on the outside part of the plate. Early in the count, late in the count, catcher's always trying to sit away. Fabian Mar, the leadoff hitter right here, fouled one off just a minute ago. Junsei Cho, the catcher, sitting outside black, and Park hit his spot right there. Fastball's got some life on it too.
They're pitching so good that the catcher Cho went out to talk to Park. He said, 4 pitches? Come on. We need to cut down on the pitch count here.
More.
Gael Cortez.
And this is where Gael Cortez, he hit 2 big home runs in one game. But when you get to watch him hit, he looks middle in and he's susceptible to anything away.
Good block there, and Junso Cho behind home plate. He went out once, and then he showed his appreciation for the first pitch strike that he threw to Cortez.
Well, that's one of those. You don't come out here and talk to me. I'm going to bounce one, and
we're even. Three pitches, 3 breaking balls.
And that's the way they've been pitching Cortez. You know, he looks in, he tries to spin on everything, and he will chase away.
Wow, he can fire it, huh? 74 miles an hour. And it bears repeating. I mean, this is a South Korea team with the first strikeout of the game of Mar. They've recorded 49 outs at the Little League World Series, and all but 8 of them have been via the strikeout. That's crazy.
So they got a good defense, huh?
They don't need a defense.
Exactly. Going some good.
We were talking about the shortstop yesterday, just how good he is, and then you don't get to see him do anything.
Right.
Nothing's ever hit out there.
Looks good in infield.
He's smooth.
Looks good in pregame.
Whoa, wow, right back up the middle at Park. Ooh, that'll get your heart racing. That was close. That's the scary part of Little League.
Here's what we're talking about, though. That pitch is in. And Gal Cortez has a quick hands. He can get to the pitch in. He chased balls away, and Park made a mistake in, and he almost paid for it. That was
kidding.
That was scary.
If you're into exit velocity, that was
exit
over
velo,
100.
Little exit velo.
No
Lots
doubt.
of exit velo.
Jose Leal now. First pitch, stay away.
Kyle, it doesn't look like Park has any feel for the breaking ball. A lot of bounce marks there in front of home plate.
Jinsei Cho's getting a little workout back behind home plate so far.
I'm just guessing that Park hasn't had a lot of balls hit that hard back at him ever.
Think about it. I mean, if you're this age, you throw that hard, nobody hits you. I mean, it doesn't have. You're throwing 74, 75 miles an hour until you get to a level like this. There just aren't too many good swings.
Down and away for a strike at 71. You know, all the strikeouts that they've recorded, it requires you to have multiple pitchers, and there are 4 who are available. As Jose's dad gets set for the 2-1 pitch with son in the box. Park continues to struggle with that breaking ball. First one he threw, he got a round of applause from his catcher. It was a perfect one.
He threw a good one to Cortez.
Right. Hasn't been cheering a lot since.
This is a kid with a really good arm, and that's too many breaking balls so far.
And as good as that hit was from Cortez, for the most part, like you said, you throw that hard, it's still hard to hit. Just because Cortez did it doesn't mean everybody else on the team is going to do it to you, especially if you locate it. Cho was sending a message out to his pitcher: stretch, take a breath. Leal thought it was a walk.
Well, that was a good one. 3-1 fastball gets him back to 3-2. Watch where this one starts and ends up. Little breaking ball that Jinsei Cho does a good job of framing up on the outside part of the plate. He found it there. Had bounced it a few times in the at bat. That one put it in the spot he had to for the strikeout.
Luis Nuncio 9 for 12. He's had at least 2 hits in every game. It's Juarez who's got the 9 hits. My apologies. There's a swing and a miss. Nuncio is 3 for 11 with a double. Nuncio's the catcher for Mexico.
Nothing wrong with keeping that fastball in that same spot.
Not easy to catch 74 either when it misses by that much. Like, get that glove up there is not easy.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. I mean, we talk reaction time for the hitters. For the catchers, you get kids throwing 78, 79 miles an hour. Right. They throw it where they're intending to. That's one thing. You miss a spot, you got to go get it. There's just no time to react.
1-2 coming to the 5'10" catcher. Fouls it off. I mean, not all that velocity does bring the ability to get a bat on it. It'll jump off the bat. I mean, Pineda's home run yesterday traveled almost 300 feet.
Yeah, he's 11 years old. 11 years old. I can't hit a ball 300 feet.
'21st pitch of the inning, and he got him.
Talking about the power of the South Korea pitching staff, and on display already. Sanghong Park on the mound. A couple strikeouts looking to start the inning. One swinging to end it. For South Korea, that's 43 strikeouts so far in this Little League World Series. They lead it 1-0.
Welcome back, everyone, as you take a look at the old grill there, and John's placed his order. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably heading up there, big boy.
That should be enough.
Line them up. Enough. Ketchup and mustard. Our fresh take is brought to you by Subway. And the semifinal games today for both the United States and international championship bids are on the line. Panama already there. Their pitchers have been unbelievable at 0.67 ERA. New York beat Kentucky last night, 13-10. John's boy Jude Abadessa 5 for 5. So kind of an uneven game last night, but New York has shown they can win the close ones. They beat Tennessee by just a couple in a low-scoring game, and they could win by scoring 13. Oh. I've seen some of the games, but the Asia Pacific team, are they a team that bunts a lot?
Well, the only hit yesterday that they had was a bunt. It was later on in the ball game. A lot of times they'll show early just to try to bring the infield in, which is working right here, and then swing the next pitch. You get a third baseman that's 40 feet away from third base. A lot easier to get it by him if you put it in play.
One.
Yeah. Wow. Trust me, we've all been there. That breaking ball starts right at him, and been used a lot more by major league pitchers too. The breaking ball starting at a hitter, breaking it out over the inside part of the plate. We've seen a lot here, Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's by accident or
more on the inside part of the plate. We had a kid yesterday from Panama throwing a legitimate knuckle curve.
I saw that.
At 12 years old. And that's hard to do for anybody. Some of the stuff you see these kids do at such a young age is pretty amazing.
Choi, slow roller. Nope, dropped by the first baseman. Trevino couldn't hold it. Pretty good play over there too. Cortez, they had the out if he was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, Carl, and that's one of the things that could come into play here for this team from Mexico is the fact that this is their 10th error in their fourth, well, they're in their 5th game, but they will make errors, and this is a play that 99 out of 100 times Trevino makes that play. He just didn't happen to make it there.
Sang-Heon Park, who is a starting pitcher, watches a couple of his teammates run down to the bullpen. Yu-Bin Choi, number 7, steps into the bullpen, so we're set. And Park squaring to bunt, now pulling it back, now swinging at it. And that is really asking a lot of your corner infielders with a 5'11", 195-pound kid up there to to get close.
And Choi on first base has to watch, because the first baseman Trevino charged. Nuncio will throw behind him to the second baseman Garcia.
Third base coach has given not necessarily encouragement, but he's given sort of mechanical ideas to all his hitters. Sees something, he wants them to kind of remember it. This one had to do with his front left leg. Oh!
Watch Nuncio catch too, Carl. He will hold the ball there for a long, long time.
Here 2-2. Just a little high. Victor Juarez is 13. He's 5'9", weighs 129 on the mound. His grandfather actually was responsible for teaching him how to play baseball. And his uncle, Adrian Ramirez, that's the guy that has given him pitching tips. So if anybody wants some tutoring, Adrian Ramirez might be your guy.
Yeah, this is fluid, easy.
3-2, right field, playable. Lopez now comes in and makes a sliding catch. First out of the inning.
We're talking about the knuckle curve. This is Carlos Gonzalez from Panama yesterday. Watch his fingers. I mean, this is like the old school Mike Messina in the early days grip. There's just not too many guys that throw that pitch. You see a lot of guys that'll spike a curveball, but not throw a legitimate knuckle curve to where both fingers are pushing that ball to give it just a little bit of spin top to bottom. Fastball up to 81 miles an hour, and he had that one. That's decent.
It's a good combo if you can find it. Woo-Sung Kim, number 7 hitter in the order. Rips at it and misses it. He's gone deep here. He's 2 for 5 with a home run and RBI.
And both those hits was the line drive off the wall and right.
Yep.
Just missing his first home run of this Little League World Series, and his next at bat he did go deep.
Juarez got it going there with the quasi-quick pitch by virtue of his standards.
Yeah, he'll mix that one in nice, slow, and easy, and then sometimes that front foot will come up, leg will be really quick and on towards home plate.
Ouch. One may have got the elbow pad because it sounded relatively loud, but he's in some pain down there. Yeah, that hit him right on that arm elbow pad area.
Yeah, 2 strikes you got to protect, and it did hit the elbow guard, but I think with that high velocity, it'll take a little bit of the sting out, but it's not going to take it all out, that's for sure. You saw Victor Juarez go over and show some good sportsmanship.
All right, Marisol Castro is with us as well. Marisol.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, you know, we've been speaking to Juarez's family all week, and yes, he did say that everything he learned in baseball, he learned through his grandfather, and he spoke to him on the phone, and he said, listen, when you're on the pitcher's mound, do me a favor, put some gum in your mouth, because you look like your mouth is a little dry. It'll also ease your nerves. Reason Grandpa couldn't come here is because he's managing his own team back at home in their playoffs in Mexico.
Thank you, Marisol. And there's some more of that sportsmanship as Juarez goes over there. And again, it's all well and good, and it should be done. But boy, that doesn't take the sting away.
It still hurts.
I mean, that puts most people out for a while. You're not lifting that right arm up again after you get drilled by a pitch like that. Jake Yong Kim bats. He's the 8 hitter. 2 on.
Oh.
Oof. What do you think about the chewing gum concept? You know, it kind of relaxes you. And
well, you see a lot of pitchers. David Price wears a mouthpiece, a lot of pitchers, and they say if your face is relaxed, your jaw's relaxed, it relaxes the rest of you. Should have tried that.
I think that's fair.
A little uptight sometimes.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, you tighten up on the mound, you're not going to throw as hard. It's like trying to hit a golf ball. You try to hit it as far as you can, it doesn't go as far. Right. Same thing on the mound. Nice, loose, and easy arm action. Usually gives you a little bit more velocity.
But isn't that more fun when you're golfing to try to see how far you can hit it?
Yeah. Grunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two always squares in there for a strike at 2-1.
Tell you what I've noticed too about these hitters from South Korea. They're not afraid to stand right on top of home plate.
No.
They get that. It looks like their hands are on the inside corner. How close. I mean, if you hit the knob of his bat right now, it's a strike. I mean, of course, it's a foul ball probably, but it will be called a strike. And hitting wise, you know, when you stand on home plate and you watch a lot of pull-offs, because you have to be so cognizant of the inside pitch because you're on top of the plate that you speed up and you can't reach the outside pitch once you start opening up. And even though they're that close to plate, you know, they have yet to cover that outside pitch. That one got covered.
That's all of it. Jake Young Kim, a 3-run home run, and now South Korea leads it 4-0.
They heard you, Cracky.
That's right there. Boy, did he turn that around.
Yeah, this is going to be. But I mean, you know, there's a pitch. Look, you can get to an elevated pitch away because you just throw your arms out there and get it. But yeah, he got to that one well.
Love it too. He choked up, and with a kid throwing as hard as Juarez is right now, you get back through the zone and some backspin, that ball's going to go a long ways. That's 2 home runs already today for South Korea. All the runs have scored by the home run.
Hay mucho chance para ganar este juego. Manténlo ahí. Vamos, manténlo ahí. Tenemos un out. Vamos, lo mejor que tengan hoy. Lo mejor de ustedes. Vamos. Sale, arriba, hay que ganar.
A lot of game, a lot of opportunities, and it's our last chance. Give it all you got. That's the message from the manager, Antonio Rodriguez. Home run from Si-Um Kwon in the first, the number 2 hitter. Home run from Jake Young Kim, the number 8 hitter. 4-0 in favor of the team from Seoul, South Korea. Junso Cho bats 9th. It's in there for a strike. This is a team that has won the Little League World Series title in 1984, 85, 2014. And they'd love to have another rematch with Panama tomorrow. Saturday, I should say, in the championship game.
Yesterday was the first game they'd ever lost here.
Yeah.
On the first 13 games.
They don't seem real happy about it today, do they?
Came out swinging right away.
Good.
Home run in the first, home run in the second.
It'll be an uphill battle for Mexico right now with the great pitching that this team from South Korea brought over here.
Oh!
Wow. Wow.
You want that one?
Yeah.
You're a pitcher, you want that one.
Looked like the same pitch, 3-2 pitch that Leal struck out on.
Look out. Good. That's going to happen. You're up on that plate like that, so Cho will go to first base.
I mean, pitch before was a breaking ball that looked like it was a strike, but called a ball. This time that fastball just kind of sails on him. Just caught the bill of that helmet on the way by.
Cho, the catcher for South Korea, heads down to first. We're back to the top of the order. 4 substitutes on the team from South Korea, so the 4 substitute players will get a chance to take a bat. That's the requirement. Ryu struck out his first time. Oh. And now the throw behind, like John said, it goes into right field, and a good job backing up by Raul Lopez.
Yeah, the games you watch with Nuncio plays, boy, he will run, he will throw.
And watch Eduardo Garcia, the second baseman, show up. So we got the first baseman charging on that one when they showed bunt. The second baseman was already moving over there just in case he had to cover first on the bunt. Right field, Raul Lopez in the right place to back that up. If he's not there, that base runner's off and running.
Yumon Lee has gone in as a special pinch runner, which brings us back to Rue, who's batting 1-0. We've seen a lot of bunt. Haven't seen any real attempts at it, though. A lot of pullbacks. There's your special pinch runner. You can use him when he's not in the batting order for any offensive player, but only once per game. So in this case, Junso Cho, if he gets back on again, will not be able to be pinch run for. That was an attempt at that one. It's 2-1.
Pretty good World Series for Rue.
He stole first base yesterday before the pitch was thrown. Never seen it before. Walked and just kept on going. They didn't throw him out.
That's when the catcher was holding the ball, talking to someone.
Yeah, looked into the dugout. He walked it down to first base, peeked, and he was off to second. Came around and scored the first run of the day for South Korea. I want to see him swing it, though, because he can swing it. Already has a home run in this Little League World Series.
And 4 hits. Swung and missed the last one. Here's your 2-2 pitch from Juarez. Breaking ball misses away. .44th pitch of the afternoon.
Carl, there's no difference in big league baseball filtered down to little league baseball. You put guys on base that don't have to swing the bat, walk, hit by pitch. Yeah, all it takes is one hit.
Yeah.
And you put up a crooked number, and that's what happened in this inning to Victor Juarez.
It's been an important start for South Korea. They were shocked by the Pineda home run. The looks on the kids' faces after the Panama home run on the 5th yesterday was classic. Swing and a miss on a pitch down. That's a strikeout. Want to remind everybody all the excitement of Little League World Series, including score, stats, highlights, and more, can be found at LLBWS.org. You can follow along on social media with the hashtag LLWS. 4th strikeout of the day for Juarez, but down 4-0. Seum Kwon homered his first time up. And he did it again. Wow, a big fly. Kwon goes yard, halfway up the hill and left. 2 more runs for South Korea.
South Korea gets 1 hit yesterday, and it's a bunt single. A little bit different gig today. That's the 3rd home run of the day. Runs 5 and 6 in the 2nd home run of the day for Seum Kwon. Over in the 1st inning, now does it again here in the 2nd inning. And that ball had to go about 280 feet.
Yeah, just about.
A rolling breaking ball. No break to it, just stayed right up a little over belt high. And yeah, I don't think we have to watch that one to see if it went out.
2 for 2, 2 homers.
Pretty good.
Seum Kwon. There's a better breaking ball. Kwon has seen 3 pitches and he's hit 2 of them for homers. Yeah, maybe they didn't like that loss yesterday.
I think they're a little upset. I think they're just a tad bit. We're not going to let that happen again.
That was a loud noise down there. Yeah, and there we go.
We lost one.
Got time.
Heads up.
Boom.
See the look on Nuncio's face.
Like how everyone just froze, like, whoa, what happened?
Probably going to have to clean that glass up here for a second.
You know, as a kid, you're outside playing catch, you break a window, it happens.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's.
You start pointing to somebody else.
I think we've all done it. A lot of times you tend to just, turn and run, too, after that. In this case, nowhere to go.
No. You got to get the dustbuster out.
Yeah. We squared that one up, and again, we'll clean that up before anybody has to go chase a ball down there. United States, so Goodlettsville, Tennessee, and Bowling Green, Kentucky. They're borders. They are separated by about 40 miles. 5 times even before the tournament began, they were scrimmaging each other. And lo and behold, they both end up in Williamsport, and now they both end up playing each other in the semifinal game to see who takes on New York in the championship game. We've seen Goodlettsville, Tennessee. They got a couple of twins, Tanner and Tyler Jones at the top. Kentucky with Devin Obie, and we mentioned the hitting record here at the Little League World Series, 14 in a single World Series. Spencer Newman of Kentucky's got 9 hits. So between Spencer Newman and Obie and Isaiah Head, who'll be throwing tonight for Kentucky, he's one of those who is a power pitcher. It should be a real interesting game because there really is a familiarity between the two teams. They know each other. They play each other a lot. That's very rare.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a huge carrot sitting out there. You win, you get a day off tomorrow, come back and play for a chance to potentially play for the whole thing.
And how important is it to go 3-0 like the team from New York has now? Their pitching set up perfectly. You got Michael Mancini pitching in the championship game.
Yeah.
And you got to have a feeling the way these teams, Tennessee and Kentucky, the way they score runs, you know, you're not going to, there's going to be some pitching run out of by the time they get to that game on Saturday.
The one team that has lost, it seems like it has plenty of arms, is South Korea.
Sure.
They just keep running kids out there, and nobody has really gone longer than 55 or 60 pitches in any one game. That didn't take long. Now we're good.
Yep, got a
down a camera, but other than that, we're good.
We got a big broom down there. We're all good, and we're ready to go with Yu Bin Choi. He struck out in the first inning. Down 6 to a team that doesn't give up runs is not a great position to be in. Juarez throws that in there for a strike. For the team from Mexico, it feels like they get to this position all the time. Like they're always really close and haven't been able to in recent years get over the top, but they tend to find themselves playing important games late at the World Series. Strike 3 called. Juarez picks up Choi. Strikeout number 5, but those strikeouts are getting dwarfed by the home runs.
Yeah, sandwiched around 5 runs, and it came on 2 swings. Jae-Kyuk Kim the first. That one fly. Short of the swing, choke up, big home run to right center field. That drove in 3, and then Seung Kwan, who had already gone deep once in this ball game. The first pitch breaking ball that's halfway up the hill in left field. 5 runs for South Korea in the second inning, and we're down a camera. 6-0 South Korea as we head to the bottom of 2.
Simply perfect. Nothing short of that will do for the grounds crews here in South Williamsport. Straight white lines, grass cut just so, and an infield worthy of the highest grade. Sit back and enjoy the game, boys. You've certainly earned it.
Everybody we've ever spoken to who's come for the first time and joined us in the booth, whether it be Kat Osterman or Torrey Hunter, John or Aaron, they are amazed at how much better the fields are than they look on TV, and they're all amazed at how they look on television. Grounds crews phenomenal here. Wow, Juarez took a little dance step before he swung at that one. He moved a little left, then he swung. He's been killing the ball here. I mentioned 9 of 12. I gave credit to Nuncio. It's Juarez who's been doing that.
Pretty much what we've seen from this team from Mexico. You know, we saw it with Gael Cortez in the first inning. You throw something slow away, they bail and wail. You throw something middle in, they got a chance.
Set up outside. Wow, right on the corner. That was impressive. Sang Hee on Park, and Korea with that 6-0 lead in a good position with all their pitching to eventually move him out of the game with 35.
Just look at that front hip though by Victor Juarez. Once that opens up, you got no shot at that outside pitch. But when you're throwing as hard as Park is, sometimes you got to cheat for that pitch middle in.
Kruggy. I'm bailing.
Oh, I'm not even stepping in.
I'm out.
Yeah. I'll be the special pinch runner.
Yeah.
That'd be my.
If I'm in that box at 5'7", I'm still looking up probably a foot with the mound and 5'11". I'm not gonna strap in there. Jose Miranda gets that, and he swings and misses at one.
But you see the pitches in. You saw Cortez take a great swing, hit that hard line drive up the middle, and Jose Manuel Miranda right there, pitch middle in. They will take their hacks at it.
What age do you think you guys were, since you've all played at the highest levels, first saw a pitch that was where you were like, oh, okay, like I'm not used to that? Meaning 70 miles. What age? Was it this age or was it older?
Close. It was close.
Rookie ball.
Rookie ball.
Yeah. Came from a junior college. You see guys throwing 94 movement. I'm like, oh boy, this could be a short career here. Hit a powerful 241 with no homers though.
Yeah.
How's that? Huh?
Shows your learning curve. You figured it out.
All right.
You figured it out. Now you're here in the booth at the Little League World Series with me, Kyle. I mean, you're living the dream, my man.
Carl, it's been a dream. And being with you, nightmarish at points sometimes.
Yep.
Still a dream.
It's still a dream.
You know, good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah. Well, we got them all up here. Let the people back home figure out which is which.
Oh, wow. Good luck. 5 strikeouts for Sang-Heon Park. Hey, tomorrow night, catch the Arena Bowl 29, 7 Eastern ESPN. The league's best 2 teams, the Philadelphia Soul, the Arizona Rattlers. At the arena in Glendale, Arizona, the game's going to be streaming live on the ESPN and Watch ESPN. The Soul beat the Rattlers 65-58 in Philly in mid-May. Were you at that one?
No, I wasn't. I have gone, though.
I know you have.
Ron Jaworski's president.
Yep. 3rd trip to the Arena Bowl for the Soul. They won the title back in 08. 5 titles in all for the Rattlers. That's 7 Eastern. Cortez warms up in the Mexico bullpen as Trevino steps in.
Yeah, that Arena Bowl, that's kind of like the team from South Korea's offense. Quick strike.
Yeah.
Go in motion 10 yards away, and wide receiver just run and
start the sprint.
Time the snap. It's beautiful.
The last 2 strikeout pitches were unbelievable. I mean, he dotted the corner of that plate.
Well, and Junsei Cho just sits there. I mean, when he doesn't have to move, and they'll do it late in counts, 0-2, really moving the outside corner of the plate, and it just splits that chest protector.
That's one of those where I don't believe, like, I got to get out of the way of this thing, and it's a strike. Two-1 on the way. That's the same pitch. Maybe an inch in.
If he can throw it there again, we're at 6 outs, 6 strikeouts.
Oh, he did throw it right there.
Wow. Didn't have to move that glove much. It is in just off the plate. He is just missing.
.45 of the 53 outs they've gotten. 46 of the 54 outs that South Korea have gotten at the Little League World Series have been via the strikeouts. 1 hit allowed, 6 Ks. It's 6-0. Our international bracket looks like this. South Korea, Mexico playing right now, and Panama waiting. And it looks like right now, the way things are going, it's going to be South Korea in a rematch of that game, which was really great. Kyle had a front row seat for it. Espen Pineda hit that 3-run homer, and other than that, it was like a,
that was it.
A game that was over at 2-zip.
That swing, those are the only runs that South Korea has given up in this entire tournament.
John will rejoin us in the fourth or fifth. He's got a vat of ketchup in front of him with some chicken fingers floating around in it.
They're having a nice little swim. Don't enjoy the pool for long.
They weren't in there. Just kind of cooled off real quick, and that was it.
Juan Cho, a strikeout victim, first time up, 1-1, third baseman right on top of him.
Oh, you know what I've noticed about being here at the Little League World Series? A lot of fried food.
Food's good, yeah, fried.
Yeah. I don't think I'm losing weight here. Maybe I should go down the hill.
Was that the game plan coming in? Was this going to be an effort to drop a few?
Well, no, you can't. It's impossible. But my concern is, Saturday, Sunday's games, right? We have to wear a suit.
Yeah, you do.
Not sure the top button's going. Not sure it's going to reach.
Can't you
get the extender?
How are we doing on that hill slide, by the way? We're getting closer to nothing.
Have you done it?
Yeah. Everybody else did it.
I passed.
Still got time.
You know, I'm a very caring person, and I worry about the people at the bottom. Once I start rolling, Mr. Mo is probably not going to stop me until I hit a few of them, and I don't want to do that to the poor people.
Slow her down.
Uncle Momentum's not going to.
No.
That one bouncing to first. Nice play over there by Trevino. And a hard hit ball from Cho.
And it's a first baseman. These are the ones you love. Watch Trevino get ready. Just like playing catch. One hopper, perfect. Take it yourself. No issues.
Seon Kim will bat now for Min Ho Choi. Mentioned the 4 substitute players for South Korea. Fouls off one. Chinese Taipei and South Korea have been the dominant teams in the Asia Pacific region in recent years. This is the 8th straight year that one of those two countries has represented the region. Guam was the last non to do that. That was back in 2008. And again, you've got more than 25 million people in the Seoul metro area. It's the 4th largest city in the world. Seoul makes up half the population of South Korea. So Seoul Little League won the championship in 2014, so they decided East Seoul, we want to have our own Little League. Because the registered numbers increased and the league was divided into East Seoul and West Seoul. And just to be clear on it, that one's in there for a strike. East Seoul and West Seoul are the same Little League. Good pitching there, and that's a 6th strikeout for Juarez.
He's got really good stuff, and when he gets through that breaking ball, you see the reaction of the right-handed hitter standing straight up, thinking it's going to come in and hit him, and he just drops it right over the plate.
Sang Hee on Park flew out to right. The pitcher his first time up. And that one is laced into left. That's going to be a single for Park.
Well, they'll jump on that hanging breaking ball, won't they?
If it's high, let it fly.
So Kwan hit a hanging breaking ball for a homer. Now Park gets on top of that one. You're lucky he did get on top of it with some topspin.
Yeah, under it with some backspin. We're looking at another homer.
Yes, we are. Got to keep up the quota.
John Hyuk Lee. I imagine, right, that Park has probably thrown his last pitch.
Yeah, I think you're right. Past 35 pitches, so that'd make him eligible to come back Saturday if they won.
I don't like to put the apple before the cart, but how about a South Korea-Panama rematch if that is the way it's going to go?
Yesterday was fun.
I know
it was just fun. High velocity on the mound. 3-run home run ends up deciding it. You know that South Korea wants another shot. Just one hit in that game.
And Panama has other pitchers that throw some pretty good cheddar. Yeah?
They got plenty of them. Yeah, I mean, they got 3 big arms.
I don't know if you noticed I was talking to you, but go ahead. Ignore me. That's all right, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's all right, Kyle.
Do we ever distinguish between the types of cheddar? Like, is there a mild cheddar and maybe like a pitcher that's got better stuff like
81,
sharp cheddar?
82 sharp cheddar.
Yeah, sharp cheddar. So we can take it to that level. I like that. Since we're talking a lot about food, I figure we get into the different cheeses.
That's a good pitch right there.
Good inning for Victor Juarez. Let's see what Mexico can do. One hit, got to get some runs on the board here.
Same kid's still out.
Hello and welcome back to Williamsport. You know, a few moments ago, fellas, you guys were talking about food. A team here that takes their food very seriously, South Korea. They packed some of their Korean spices in their suitcases. Some brave souls even packed kimchi. They hooked up with a local organization here, a woman who is of Korean descent, and they have been eating at their local church since they got here, and it's been a full spread of traditional Korean food, rice, barbecue, beef. These boys are eating very well every night, and they say it's kind of a comfort food. It's a way for them to sort of relax and really settle down after a long day of playing baseball. I also understand the woman who organizes this dinner, tonight they have invited the team from Japan to come eat. So I got to tell you, a lot of eating on the Korean side of Little League.
Well, that's a nice story too. To get the Japanese and the Korean boys together. They had a long flight, obviously, from Korea, and then when they landed in Newark, they stopped in Newark at a Korean food store, picked up more of their items, and they had a 4-hour bus ride in which the air conditioning on the bus broke.
Let's go!
So we're flying forever, and then we're on a bus minus some AC. But they made the best of it. A lot of apparently romantic Korean songs were being sung.
Perfect.
So we're
with no AC.
We're here. Eduardo Garcia. Third inning. This is the first time the number 8 hitter has been up. Only a single. Other than that, 6 strikeouts from Sang Hyun Park, who is still pitching. So they've moved him past the Saturday eligibility. 35 pitchers or less, you get 1 day rest. He would have been able to come back on Saturday. Now, perhaps they're thinking about Sunday for Park.
Yeah, that next number that matters is 50. If he goes well beyond 50, then that would be it for the tournament.
Oh. So what is it about a 5'11", 195 beyond his size and his power that you like about this guy as a pitcher?
We were talking about it today when he was out there. Out of the windup, I like how that right foot starts, almost turning like he's in the stretch. He makes things a lot easier. And for kids growing up, sometimes there's so many moving parts and everything else when they're trying to go through the windup. But that right foot's already turned. We're seeing more guys at the big league level start to do this too out of the windup. The right foot is turned. So now when he comes up, everything is just built right over that foot and everything can go towards home plate. A lot easier to stay towards the catcher.
And toward that outside corner to righties, he's been nailing that thing all day.
That one. Like that.
Yeah, it's tough to hit. You have high velocity down and away. I mean, the Atlanta Braves guys, 3 of them in the Hall of Fame. They made a living out of doing that.
Oh. Raul Lopez is the right fielder. And Mexico's trying to do it the hard way. Not, I mean today, but just in general. They came out and lost to Panama, team that's in the championship game 10-2. And then we talked about their offense and their outbursts. They beat Italy, they beat Canada, and they beat Australia. Australia had a couple of wins this year and really distinguished themselves as maybe the best Australian team that has come here to play. But you're beating Italy, Canada, and Australia, and you're losing badly to Panama. Now you're getting beaten by South Korea pretty handily.
Yeah, and it's big arms. Big arms from Panama, big arms today for South Korea. Big velocity difference.
And Canada and Australia both had big arms,
Yes.
but they only had the one.
Yep. There it is again.
Siniscalchi and Clayton Campbell, and they didn't face them.
Right.
The team from Mexico didn't face either one of those guys.
They never played Japan, and they beat Canada without Siniscalchi.
This is a clinic on just how to throw the outside fastball. Both eyes on the catcher coming all the way through. Then that front side just kind of points exactly where he's going to go. Glove straight out to the catcher's glove and just follow right behind him.
So Fabian Mar not batting. Instead is Patricio Juarez. He's 4'10". Good swing at it, and an 80-pounder.
Hey, Carl, if I got to play behind these pitchers for South Korea, I think I could have won a gold glove.
They just keep hitting it.
0 chances. They've only had to field one ball.
Yeah, and the ball they did field was an absolute missile off the bat of Gael Cortez. He's on deck. Doesn't seem to matter the size of the strike zone, given the batter to Park, who has gotten all 8 strikeouts via, all 8 outs via the strikeout. Faced one over the minimum. Strikeout number 9. Strikeout 49 of the 57 guys they have recorded outs on. And Park is absolutely locked into that corner. We'll continue. Korea leading 6-0 at the Little League World Series. Welcome back, everyone, as you take a look at Mighty Casey at the bat. Our World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. We expect huge crowds on Saturday, given that that team from Maine Enwell, New York is about 115 miles away from here. Big crowds every day that they played. They're going to be playing for the United States Championship against the winner of tonight's game between Kentucky, team from Goodlettsville, Tennessee. And that place will be hard to get a seat on unless you're getting here early. Just a couple of games today. We'll be off tomorrow and gear up for championship weekend.
We talked about it last night, Carl. Nice gesture by some business owners in the Maine Enwell, New York area. Hired some buses, fans could go, no charge. Come up here and watch a game last night.
Oh! Yeah, that community and all communities really that have Little League teams that advance get really into it. They're great supporters of the Little League. T-shirt sales, bake sales, whatever it will be to help the families come see some of these games. Maine Enwell is one of the fortunate ones because they are a very short drive away, relatively speaking. Think about teams from California, the great team from Iowa that we saw. It's not like you get in the car for a 2-hour trip.
No, that's a little tougher. We might go 2 hills on Saturday with all that crew rolling in.
You might. Kim blasted a home run his first time up. One of 3 that have been hit today by South Korea. Oh. Pretty good. You got 46 feet, and you don't have a lot of time to make an adjustment or a decision. And you can see Kim starts the swing, and he's been able to hold up twice. Some of the kids on South Korea, some of the great nicknames, John, I'm going to run it by you.
Okay.
Jae-Kyun Kim, Stone Buddha.
Okay.
I'm not going to give them all to you right away.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, that's
that's not easy to do.
That's hard to do.
No, that is.
All right, here we're gonna. Apparently, we are, John, for the sake of your benefit.
Smart Smurf.
Yep.
Son of the Wind. Number 1.
Numero uno.
Flying Superman, the Angry Bird, handsome guy. Stuff. I can relate to that.
Which one?
Handsome guy.
Oh, I thought Angry Bird.
Yeah, but
Son of the Wind.
Ooh, really? That one may have fooled the whole plate umpire. It looked like he got a pretty good piece of the plate.
Yeah, pretty good curveball right there by Victor Juarez.
That pitch before that he fouled off.
That would have hit him right in the chest.
Yeah, that was, I think the feet might have been off the ground. Instead, Kim works a leadoff walk.
That brings up Human Lee. Not Human League, Human Lee. Squared to bunt, pulls back. Look out, way outside. Human Lee, a boy after John's heart. His favorite food is just meat.
Yes.
Just straight meat.
Oh. I don't think I've had it. I haven't had a steak since I've been here. I think, what is that, tomorrow?
Midnight.
You guys are going to play golf, right?
Well, it's an off day. I mean, we're gonna prepare.
Right.
We're gonna research.
That's right.
How do you prepare to play golf?
No. Prepare for the Saturday championship.
Oh yeah. Well, of course we are, but
meaty.
We can do that over steak dinner.
Yeah. Yep, we could. I think we can arrange that.
Kyle, I don't know if you heard, but Carl's buying.
I did hear that.
Sky high. Let's see if Miranda from left's going to be able to get to it. Nope, nobody does.
Hope he heard that.
Wait, what?
No. 2-1. Pitch count starting to get up there too for Victor Juarez. Next pitch 75. Most he can go is 85. We already saw Gael Cortez, the shortstop, warming up out in right field.
And on the other side, I think the 48 pitch count now for Park is going to take him out of the game.
Yeah,
that one's off.
Action in the South Korea bullpen. Won-Tae Cho, the left-hander, I bet he will come in. So
50, and he's at 48 is Park. And again, overall championship Sunday. And a walk here. So the first two of the inning reach via the walk. And it may be time to see a little pitching change with the top of the order coming up. I'm sure he doesn't want him to see Seum Kwan again.
Bien. Vente, Isaac. Víctor. Quiero verte contento, quiero verte disfrutando el juego. Mucha gente está viéndote, quiere verte bien. Vamos.
Said he wanted to see you be happy and do well. Come on back here.
¿Dónde vas?
New pitcher coming in. South Korea's got a 6-0 lead. We're in the top of the fourth. Little League World Series semifinal game, international side.
Yep, hill sliding. It's all about the perfect piece of cardboard and the right technique. Not too fast and not too slow. Just right. Makes for a smooth ride.
Kind of make it pretty simple, John. And you know what? We could clear a runway. We could get out there and just make sure there's no one around. I kind of feel like today might be the day. I really do. I got a good feeling about it.
You know what, Carl? I will think about it.
All right. That's a step in the right direction.
I'll give you an answer Monday.
Monday. Okay, but we're gone. Monday, the event's over.
Doesn't mean I'm leaving. Should I surf down, belly, back? How do you do that?
A lot of thoughts. Cortez's first pitch, and that's going to end up in a ball. Now we got a base runner off third base. Good job by Mexico. They basically threw behind The base runner, you can see Kim and his third base coach, kind of one of those moments like, well you know, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's one where he didn't have to say anything. We went hands to the hips right away. Good presence of mind by the third baseman Leal just to turn around and throw it. Then watch the hands go to the hips. Right there. Don't even have to say a word.
We're going to look over to first to make sure we're good over there.
Yeah, a lot of thoughts going through that mind without having to say anything. And I think the young man got the message.
Yeah. That's kind of a universal move wherever you live.
That one gets by. The base runners move up to second and third. And Kwon has got 2 homers today. On 3 pitches. He's now seen 4 pitches. You got him going yard again? 3 for 3, 3 homers?
No.
Nope.
Double to right center. Or are they walking?
Oh!
Can you explain that?
Nope.
No. 2 home runs and second and third, and you're going to
trying to see one.
Nori Osaka for Japan. Remember that game, 2012, in the championship game, went deep twice. They won that one, Japan. Great pitch on the corner, 1 and 2. Good velocity from Gael Cortez.
Saw him at shortstop fire a few across the diamond, but that one into the mid-70s.
They got some arms on this team. But their best one just threw. Didn't fare well.
In the dirt, Cho coming in from third. He'll score at 7-0. Rue goes up to third base.
You know, we've seen this a few times for the pitchers from Mexico, to where they quick pitch. Everything gets a lot quicker towards the plate. One was hit for a home run. This one goes down in the dirt. These kids have really good arms with really good stuff. You don't have to trick anybody. Just stand out there, get comfortable.
Maybe they were watching ESPN last night, watching Johnny Cueto pitch for the Giants.
Yeah.
2-2 to Kwon. He's got 2 home runs already today.
That's a pretty short, compact swing.
Third base coach has done a lot of coaching within the game. He's not saying much to Kwon. Likes what he sees.
Now, Carl and I have a rule up here. We stay in our lane. So if there's
that's fair.
So if there's one coming toward me,
let it go.
Don't put that big paw in front of it and then pull it back. I know you're tempted.
I wouldn't do that too.
As
far as you know.
I would if I were you.
Got him.
I think Juarez liked that one. He strikes out Kwon.
We're talking about the velocity of Cortez since he came in. This one back to the breaking ball. So kind of speed him up, slow him down. He's in the right spot too. Down and away. Kwon, who had homered twice, strikes out for the first strikeout today for Cortez.
Now the 3-hitter, Yu-Bin Choi, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today.
Tofu stew.
Get that with your steak. If I were to guess, I would bet that you were a tofu stew connoisseur.
It's right there.
Yep.
Right there on the list.
What else is on that list?
Steak you're going to buy me. Probably number 1 right now.
I'll probably get that the same day you decide to go down the hill. Maybe how about Monday?
You know, you throw vegetables out there. There's probably not a whole lot I wouldn't eat or have eaten today. Gael Cortez, after a couple wild pitches there, scored a run. He's starting to dial it in.
Yeah, this isn't a bad guy to roll out there for your second option.
I wouldn't even think he's their second option. I think Liao at third base is. He throws in the mid-70s.
Got him. Choi struggles, continue, still hitless at the Little League World Series, but South Korea adds another, and they lead it 7-0 to the bottom of the fourth. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Little League World Series 2016 variety and our Honda game summary. Park 3 innings, 9 strikeouts. He didn't walk anybody, gave up just 1 hit. Sang Kwon has gone yard twice, 3 RBI. Second 2-home run game for a South Korean player in Little League World Series history. It's the game before the International Championship, which we'll see Saturday at 12:30 Eastern Time on ABC. Park is out, so we'll go to the lefty, Won-tae Cho. And Won-tae Cho has been one of a handful of Korean pitchers. He's given you 2 innings of no earned run ball, 6 Ks and a walk. You go into that bullpen, you sometimes go to Cho or you go to Yoo-bin Choi. Every one of their outs has been via the strikeout.
It seems to work out pretty well when South Korea goes into the bullpen.
Yeah, because the starter was struggling.
Yeah, no, it was rough.
He really gutted it out for 3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 hit.
Well, Cortez is the one that's got the hit, and it was a smoke show right back up the middle, just past the pitcher.
Well, this is an impressive team.
So the reason that Park's no longer in the ball game is because of that pitch limit. If he went over 55, that would have been it for the Little League World Series. Instead, stays below, above 50, stays below it. So now he could come back on Sunday for South Korea.
Well, this looks awfully good watching.
Looks awfully familiar, too.
Yeah.
Down and away, down and away, down and away, and let's go back down and away.
Seen the breaking ball, now the fastball from Cho. Back up the middle, shortstop is there. He'll go quickly to first, and a good arm from Juntaek Ryu. Made what looked like was going to be a close play, and it wasn't close.
Finally, we got to see him finally. Finally got to see our shortstop make a play, and
he's really good. Really good. Yeah, the feet are great. Caught that ball a little deep, but again, the strong arm. You can give Cortez a lot of credit. 4th inning, you're down 7-0. You've only got 1 hit, and still hustling down the line.
Jose Leal jammed. That's a valuable lesson John just shared with everybody. Like, you're down 7 and you're still hustling down the line, which suggests sometimes that doesn't happen. If we start losing that at Little League, like,
yeah,
we got a problem.
We got a lot of problems.
You coach, right? I mean, I imagine if somebody doesn't run a ball out, I don't care what the score is, that's going to get the wrath of the Crocker, huh?
Yeah,
they're out.
Quick
Kyle,
discussion.
you too?
Quick discussion.
Yeah. It's not even a discussion. Because while he's walking past, I normally coach first because I don't know the signs to give it third. When the kid's walking past me after jogging, I'll just make sure he hears me, and I'll yell, hey, you're going in for him, and he's not playing again.
Slow roll to second. Choi fields cleanly and 2 down. A little more contact this inning, but it's not resulting in base runners. How complex are the signs that you guys are given that you can't remember?
If we could have the camera, I can give you the steal sign. I know that one now. And I don't know him, and that's what's sad. I didn't know him as a player.
Right.
I didn't know. I can't do it as a coach. I get confused. I don't give the indicator.
So you just ask out of sign. Like, well, I don't include me in this.
Carl, we had this one kid a couple years ago. He was a 7th grader, and he was the #1 100-meter, 200-meter hurdler on the varsity track team. This kid could fly. And my signs to him were just run.
Good bunt. Let's see if we get a play. Throw from third. Wow.
Wow.
Got 3 good defensive plays that inning from South Korea. It was as quick as the guy that John's going to tell us about after the break. Check out the third baseman.
3 great plays by their defense after sitting there for 3 innings without having to touch a ball. Great defense by this team. Great pitching. Big lead, 7-0 South Korea.
We're back. Carl Ravitch, John Kruk, Kyle Peterson. Little League Grow the Game grant program created to provide local Little Leagues the resources they need for general improvement and to expand or establish Little League Softball, Challenger Division, Little League Urban Initiative programs. If you want more information, visit littleleague.org/grow the game. And of course, they also offer a Pitch In for Baseball, which is a Little League international program, working relationship with Pitch In for Baseball, a nonprofit organization that provides gently used baseball and softball equipment in the U.S. and around the world for those in need and recovering from situations. And we have seen those situations in the forms of floods in several parts of the United States, from Louisiana to West Virginia. You can find more information for that at pitchinforbaseball.pifb.org.
Yes, 7 fields, I was told today, were damaged by the floods in West Virginia that they need to try to figure out a way to repair, and hopefully this will help the great state of West Virginia fix those fields so those kids can get back out there and play.
The Grow the Game grant program has been hugely successful, and it's kind of a blessing and a curse. It's available, and so many are requesting funds for it to help themselves. They do need it. Louisiana is a team state we often see at the Little League World Series. Of course, LSU and the players, football players, and all the other athletes at the university have helped out in Louisiana, and I'm sure they're doing the same in the West Virginia area.
Yeah, a team from Bridgeport, West Virginia, were played in the regionals in Warner Robins, Georgia. Not far from where I grew up. Actually beat us in the regional finals in high school, which we're really happy about.
At least you haven't held on to that, very long. What do we got here?
Wow.
Look at the handsome Sparky. Crocker. Yeah, you're a dashing young man there.
Giants. Where'd he go? Yeah, I told you yesterday, Carl, I couldn't play Little League football because I didn't weigh enough. Which is, looking back over my 55 years, I know there's probably about 99.9% of the people who just heard that thinking I'm the biggest liar in the world. But that's the truth. Oh, great.
Nice job. Francisco Torres came off the end of the bat from Choi, and Torres did a good job. He's taking his hat off. Attaboy.
That's what
Francisco.
7-0. Look at it. They're all going over and high gloving him. Watch this, though. Watch the footwork, though. Yeah, that ball, a lot of kids you'll see, they'll run straight across. He kind of circled around into the outfield and got that on a big hop. Great play by Francisco Torres, and he is an excited young man.
He's got the moves down afterwards. That's perfect.
That's a web gem. Got a big smile on his face. That's the perspective. That's what we're looking for here. Forget the scoreboard. Let's just make the play. We'll see what happens later. A little spinorama from Francisco Torres. Sang Heon Park reached with that single into left. That was his first hit. This one is sky high. It's coming down towards Diego. Can't do it. He squeezes it for the play. We got a little emotion from the team from Mexico after that. How about a 1-2-3 inning? Go get him. Francisco Torres. Jam shot, may have a double play. Low throw, it gets by. Go, 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 go. Colmanero, he's being waved in. He's out. Out at home. He's called out at home. That is an incredible play. Simply known as the tag play. And tonight, those teams from Goodlettsville and Bowling Green, Kentucky will be on the field. Goodlettsville, Tennessee's defense, Isaiah Page threw it. And Tanner Jones slapped a tag on. We've seen everybody talk about it, from Pudge Rodriguez back in the Baseball Tonight studios to our guys here. These schools, these states know each other really well. And there's the team from Maine, Endwell, New York, as they get set to take on the winner of that one in the United States Championship game.
There's my man Jude, second from the left.
Jude had a night last night.
You ain't kid.
He had a week. He had 5 hits in a game.
Did he get the save too? Or did he get the win?
Boy, there was so much scoring in that game. We're going to check what statistic he was given. Win, save.
Trying to think.
My sense is were they always in front? I bet he kind of either the hold.
He got a hold and a save.
Yeah, I'm thinking he got a hold and a save.
5 for 5. Give him a win too.
See how they communicate, the team from Italy and New York. They look at each other, they smile.
Some nods.
So Jude apparently did pick up the win in that game, John. It was tied a few times too.
Yeah, I was back and forth. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was very different. You know, you said your game was fun. Our game was fun too. There was a great moment in that game where Rick Kelly, the manager, Kentucky, walked out to the mound after his starter Devin Obie had struggled. Just foul, and he kind of stood there with all the fielders looking at him, and we were all waiting because he had a microphone on. Like, what's the big plan? What are we going to do?
And the microphone went off for a second.
I mean, this might have been 30 seconds of just standing, looking at each other, and finally the ump went out there and he looked at everybody and said, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." Like looking for help. He just had, what's the answer here? It was beautiful.
You guys got any thoughts on this?
He did not know.
Well, how about when the coach from New York went out and a couple kids asked him, why did we walk that kid? Why did we walk Obie? Like they want to know why. Whew, you gotta love it. But it tells you those kids are into the game.
Yeah.
They want to know why. What was the reason? They want to learn too.
You didn't see it last night. So Ryan Harlost is one of the big hitters for New York, although they all hit, but he's the home run guy, and they intentionally walked him 2 or 3 times. So 3 times. So Devin Obie is the big home run hitter for Kentucky, and first base was open. Second and third was occupied, but they had a huge lead in the air for the out at first, and they decided, it almost felt like a little, you know what, if you're going to do it, we're going to do it. So they walked Obie, and it led to an inning in which a bunch of runs were scored. Went out to make either a change or a conversation, and the kids were like, "Why'd we walk him? Well, why'd we do that?"
But
the coach is like, "No, let's."
You mentioned a kid that hits behind Devin Obie. Newman. He's 9 for 10 or 9 for 12 now, or 9 for 11 now.
I love the fact that the kids, they know each other well enough, and they know the game well enough to wonder, like, well, was that the right move? It's like 8-8 now, and it was 8-4 when we did. I'm not quite sure what we were doing.
I think it was 8-5 because it was a 3-run lead, and they put the tying run on first base, who eventually scored.
Yeah.
And then my man Jude came in and said, "That's enough of this."
Jude got another few knocks along the way. Wante Choi on the mound. It's his first strikeout, but he's retired all 6 he's faced. To the 6th, South Korea leads at 7-0.
Welcome back. The Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Kyle Peterson, John Kruk, Marisol Castro down on the field. I'm Carl Ravitch. Aaron Boone's going to be floating around Lombardi Stadium tonight. He is going to be on. He's sort of a grounded blimp. He's just going to be moving around and providing some reports from different parts of the stadium. The birthday girl, Jamie Sire, will rejoin us as well. As we begin the 6th inning, last inning, Little League World Series game. Looks like South Korea is set for a rematch with Panama. Will they add any runs to their total? It's 7-8-9. Musung Kim leads off. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Looks like that right arm is okay.
Have we replaced that camera yet? Because Gael Cortez has taken a run at it a couple times.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that was sort of a
look at that
frame on top of the lens.
Double-sided tape.
Really, the lens itself.
Oh.
We've been. This is not the first rodeo we've videotaped or shot.
You ever been to a rodeo?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. Ow! The noise is scary.
I love the look on the catcher's face.
They've probably all broken a window before, and it hasn't resulted in no problem. We're all good.
Yeah.
No issue.
Yeah, we're fine, fellas.
They've never broken a window that they didn't have to clean up.
Right.
That was our big issue. The cleanup part of it.
Tries to nibble on that corner. Thought he might have had one there. And 3-2. Wow, and that one almost got a light too.
Some damage being done in this one.
Speaking of damage, how's that sign doing over your right shoulder?
You know what?
I thought for a minute we were going to have an issue.
When I was doing a game on the international side, that thing flew off the thing.
There's the strikeout.
And this one's got the forward lean working.
We got all sorts of action on the worldwide leader today at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Sports Center at night. We got John and John, Butcher, Gross, and Anderson. Baseball highlights, a lot of day games today. The Rays beat the Red Sox, close game. Barclays, the PGA Tour playoffs get underway. They're playing that at Bethpage, one of the great courses in the world. NFL preseason games, a lot of camp news going on. Everything else from the world of sports starts at Sports Center at night on ESPN. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. Get the Little League story as well if you're not able to watch our game tonight. And a real interesting special follows our Little League game tonight, 9:30 Eastern Time, hosted by Jamel Hill. Did we get right back in there again?
Were close.
Well, that may not have got the camera.
Sounds like we were real close.
Did that hit Dave? Is Dave Earnhardt, our cameraman, is he all right down there? Usually the camera shakes yes, or yeah, okay, good. There we go.
Now we're all right.
We're fine. Rubbing his knee, but he's doing okay. Called on the corner. Young.
Throw one to the backstop and come back and just dot one on the outside black.
Into right field, hit well. Jung Ho rounds first. He goes to second. It comes off the wall, and he's in there with an extra base hit.
Pretty good piece of hitting right here. You mentioned the one almost hits the camera and then paints the outside, and Cortez tried to go back out there, reach out and touch someone in that right center field gap. Been very impressed with the approach of the hitters from South Korea. They made a lot of adjustments in this game.
Human Lee will bat now. This was the first hit since the third inning for South Korea. All their damage was done in the first 2 innings.
7 runs, 5 hits. It tells you that they're selective.
And a couple of walks have contributed to that.
Hit by pitch, a couple hit by pitches.
Yep. Lee scored a run. He came on in the 4th inning, scored a run after he was walked. Moving up is Yang to third on the wild pitch.
And South Korea side on the mound too. They haven't walked anybody. 10 strikeouts, no walks.
That'll play. if you like those numbers.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward. I can't wait to see that game Saturday. If it is, in fact, this South Korea team in Panama, that's a tremendous, tremendous game. That's for the International Championship. The whole thing was sort of tilted off its axis when Japan lost, California lost its first game. You just sensed you were in for a little something different this year. But South Korea is a team that's used to winning when it gets here, and they got a chance to move into that championship game. Some of the great games we've seen historically have been either Chinese Taipei, Korea, Japan. The pitching has been so good, but Panama this year shows up with some real good arms.
Chinese Taipei is who South Korea had to beat to get here.
Right.
Until yesterday, that was the only team that had really given them a game. Another strikeout for Gael Cortez, that time on the breaking ball. He's done a really good job, too. He'll throw a ball at backstop, and it'll come back, and everything will work right. Making an adjustment that fast at this age on the mound is not easy to do, but when it's all clicking, his stuff's really good.
And now Jung Taek Roo, the leadoff hitter. Juarez got some easy gas. He started the game. Cortez also just looks effortless in his ability. That's 75 miles an hour. He's shooting it out of his arm. Roo. Oh, nice play. Well, he throws it hard, and a hard hit ball. He fields it well. Couple of great defensive plays late by Mexico. Last chance coming up, down 7.
Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great.
Driven to center field. Wow. Tennessee wins another one. They will play another day. Over the wall. A 3-run home run with a triple. Spencer Newman now 9 for 11. Tennessee and Kentucky, two teams know each other real well. They scrimmaged against each other 5 different times before the whole Little League World Series tournament started. And tonight they get a chance to see who'll meet in New York in the United States Championship game. Going to be Isaiah Head and Ryan Oden, the two pitchers tonight. Really good offenses, both. And if Isaiah Head has it going, he's been a kid that can absolutely carry a team. Sometimes erratic, but if he's in, it's going to be a big challenge for the kids from the Southeast.
According to those numbers, Isaiah Head didn't start. He came in that game in relief. He's only pitched 2 1/3 innings since he's been here.
Big in the regionals for them.
He's ready. He's fresh.
And pitched here in Williamsport, I believe, when the Kentucky team was brought here to play in their regional final.
He pitched that Monday game. Pretty good high velocity right here.
Yeah, Wante looked like he'd get a little extra on that one. He hopped a little bit after he threw it. Diego Cantu with 2 strikes on him.
Not wasting any time there. Just grab the 4-seamer and throw as hard as you can. Second strikeout of the day for Wante Cho. That's 2 in a row. 2 shutouts in this Little League World Series, and 2 outs away from their 3rd. California, the last one to do it 5 years ago.
Rene Villarreal will bat now. Wante Cho pitching as if he needs to get it over with and get back in front of the TV to watch around the horn. He knows that we're up against the old 5 bells. Get the hurry up rule in effect for Wante Cho.
Just to get in the pool.
Strike 2 out of the glove of the catcher. Yeah, the old thermometer has risen a little bit here. Some sunshine, a little humidity has rolled into South Williamsport. 1 day of rain, and that was it and back on schedule with an off day tomorrow for all the Little Leaguers. And the weather for Saturday looks like it's going to be ideal for Championship Saturday with the games at 12:30 and 3:30. 2 down, a whole bunch of strikeouts once again for this Seoul, South Korea Little League team.
I think Cho's upset that he didn't get any strikeouts last inning. We'll take care of that.
Tricio Juarez, strike 1.
See Joe, the catcher, just making sure that right foot isn't too far back out of the box. You're right, Kruk is a little bit more on that fastball this inning.
I think he's feeling pretty good about it.
They came in with 40 strikeouts, and this is their 13th today. 53 strikeouts. In a matter of 5 games, you do the math, that's over 10 a game, and they will advance to the International Championship game as they take on Panama. Looking forward to that one?
That'd be fun. Yeah, a rematch in what was one of the best games we've seen so far at the Little League World Series.
Yeah, a lot of power arms. Should be a low-scoring game, you would think, but thought this one might be too.
All right, John, you ready? You got to take a little break, watch Around the Horn, come back.
Yeah.
Night game?
Yeah.
Goodlettsville, Kentucky. Looking forward to that. With Kyle Peterson and John Kruk. And from Marisol Castro down on the field. Tip of the cap to Mexico on a phenomenal summer. Great attitude as well. All World Series long. South Korea, Panama, that's the game Saturday. I'm Carl Ravitch. So long from Williamsport. Around the Horn is next.